Let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Imagine Kanye West crashing Taylor Swift's VMA speech, wearing a MAGA hat on SNL, and then getting publicly snubbed by Jay-Z and Beyonce at his wedding. These are just a few highlights from the roller coaster relationship between hip-hop's biggest egos, Jay-Z and Kanye West. How did these two go from creating masterpieces together to becoming frenemies in the public eye? So, who's going to take the crown in this epic showdown? Well, first things first, why don't you hit that subscribe button? Then we'll dive right back in. So, picture
she rock the jeans above the knees. Oh, there must be some kid caprice. So I spent cheese. Bitch, please. Your girlfriends ain't tell you about me. Kanye, fuck him and leave him. Act like he don't need them. See titties and squeeze them for no fucking reason. He's so classless.
So, picture this. It's the year 2000, and Kanye West is hustling hard, trying to make a name for himself in the music world. He's slaving away as a ghost producer for D-Dot, aka the Mad Rapper, basically getting none of the credit he deserves. But then, Kanye catches a huge break. He gets to produce a track for none other than Jay-Z on the Dynasty Rock La Familia album. The track? This Can't Be Life. This was Kanye's first big shot, and he nailed it. Jay-Z took notice, and let's be real, once Huv's got his eyes on you, things start looking up.
My manager, who definitely saved my life, was like, yo, play that one beat.
Fast forward a bit, and Jay-Z enlists Kanye to work on his upcoming album, The Blueprint. Now, this is where things get epic. Kanye didn't just make a couple of beats. He practically built the damn thing. We're talking about iconic tracks like Takeover, where Jay disses Nas, and the banger H to the Izzo, which pretty much gave Jay-Z one of his most catchy nicknames. Kanye also produced Heart of the City and Never Change. The Blueprint wasn't just any album. It was a revival for Jay-Z's career, and Kanye was a huge part of that.
Because of hip-hop, G, The Blueprint.
With The Blueprint, Kanye solidified his status as a top-notch producer. He wasn't just making beats. He was crafting hits that were reshaping the sound of hip-hop. Jay-Z's career was soaring, and Kanye was right there, pushing him higher with every track. But here's where it gets really interesting. Despite all his success as a producer, Kanye always had his sights set on rapping. He wasn't content with just making beats for other people. He wanted to be the one spitting the bars. Problem was, nobody took him seriously as a rapper. Not even Jay-Z. Yup, Jay, the same guy who benefited massively from Kanye's production, didn't believe Kanye had what it took to be a rapper. See, Kanye didn't have the typical rapper backstory. He wasn't out on the street slinging dope. He was a middle-class kid with a pink polo and a backpack. In the eyes of the hardcore gangsters at Rockefeller Records, Kanye just didn't fit the mold. Jay-Z and the others couldn't see past his clean-cut image.
Drove me crazy. I can't even pronounce nothing. Past that Versace.
The Grammy goes to college dropout Kanye West.
Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
But Kanye being Kanye wasn't about to take no for an answer. He kept recording his own demos and trying to get signed as a rapper, even though doors kept slamming in his face. Eventually, Dame Dash, co-founder of Rockefeller, had to bend under the pressure and give Kanye a deal as an artist. This was despite Jay-Z's heavy doubts.
Kanye West, are we friends? Are we not friends?
That's my brother. We're beyond friends. Really, like literally, my little brother is Kanye. Mm-hmm. And like your little brother, things happen sometimes. You know?
So it's 2011, and Jay-Z and Kanye decide to team up for a joint album. Just the thought of these two rap giants working together was enough to make fans lose their minds. And boy, did they deliver. The album, Watch the Throne, dropped in August 2011, and it was an instant hit. We're talking about tracks like Otis, where they sampled Otis Redding and turned it into a straight-up banger, and Inns in Paris, which had everyone quoting "that shit cray" for months.
So hard to find, oh baby. Why would they follow us? Why would they follow?
Oh, no.
Watch the Throne wasn't just an album, it was a cultural event. Jay-Z and Kanye were at the top of their game, flexing their lyrical skills and showing off their extravagant lifestyles. They weren't just rapping about the struggle, they were rapping about their success, their wealth, and their place at the pinnacle of hip-hop. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling over 436,000 copies in its first week. It was clear that Jay and Kanye had struck gold. Now, if you thought the album was epic, wait till you hear about the tour. After dropping Watch the Throne, Jay-Z and Kanye hit the road for the Watch the Throne tour. Starting in Atlanta in October 2011, this tour was a monster. They performed 34 shows in North America and another 13 in Europe, making it a global phenomenon. Let's pause for a quick reminder. If you're enjoying this showdown and want more engaging content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more comparisons and deep dives into the careers of your favorite stars.
Okay. Let's have a record right here. You want to sit down or stand up? I'm sitting. It's like I used to record people at my mama's house. I had to set the mic up. I was the engineer, producer, the runner.
This wasn't just any tour. It was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. The production was off the charts, with elaborate stage setups, mind-blowing visuals, and of course, those famous cube-shaped stages that moved up and down. Jay-Z and Kanye performed their hearts out, giving fans a night they would never forget. The chemistry between them on stage was electric. They fed off each other's energy, turning every performance into a spectacle. The highlight of the tour had to be their repeated performances of Ins in Paris. At some shows, they played it up to 11 times in a row. Fans were going wild, and you couldn't help but get caught up in the sheer madness of it all. By the end of the tour, they had grossed over $75 million, proving that Jay-Z and Kanye weren't just great musicians. They were unstoppable forces in the entertainment world. But let's not forget, even during this high point, there was a bit of drama simmering under the surface. Both of these guys have massive egos, and spending that much time together on the road was bound to cause some friction. In interviews, Jay-Z admitted that they had some heated arguments about the direction of the tour and the music. At one point, things got so tense that there was almost a physical alteration. Not between Jay and Kanye, but among their entourages. Despite the occasional clash, the Watch the Throne era remains one of the most iconic periods in hip-hop. Jay-Z and Kanye West showed the world what happens when two musical geniuses come together, and the results were nothing short of legendary. They set the bar so high that even they might not be able to top it.
It's so funny how people are so like free and almost arrogant with their advice. And I'm just like, why would I listen to you? You don't even ask me for any advice. I'm the most successful person I know.
Let's kick things off with the Beach Chair and Big Brother saga. Back in 2006, Jay-Z collaborated with Coldplay's Chris Martin on a track called Beach Chair. Now, you'd think this wouldn't be a big deal, right? Wrong. Kanye was not happy about this at all. He felt that Jay-Z was stepping on his toes, especially since Kanye had a thing for blending hip-hop with other genres. Kanye's feelings about this collaboration spilled over into his 2007 track, Big Brother, where he pretty much laid out his complicated relationship with Jay-Z. In the song, Kanye praises Jay for helping him out early in his career, but also throws some serious shade. He talks about how Jay-Z didn't believe in him as a rapper at first, and how he felt overlooked. The line about Jay-Z working with Chris Martin was a clear jab, but still, let me take a beat and put some crack in it, and you still talking about what you do for me.
If you behave in a certain manner, that is not accustomed to where they are, right? Some people haven't evolved past 16. They're still stuck in that place, but you evolving every year. So that may be a threat to them.
Jay-Z, being the cool customer he is, didn't publicly lash out. Instead, he acknowledged Kanye's feelings, saying he understood why Kanye felt that way, even if it wasn't the full story. But let's be real, it was clear there was some tension brewing beneath the surface. Now, let's talk about one of the most infamous moments in pop culture history, the 2009 VMAs. You remember it, right? Taylor Swift wins the award for Best Female Video, and out of nowhere, Kanye jumps on stage, grabs the mic, and says, "Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish." But Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time. The crowd was stunned. Taylor was mortified, and Beyoncé was left in an awkward spot. Kanye thought he was defending Beyoncé and maybe, by extension, Jay-Z, but instead, he just looked like a complete jerk. This incident didn't just embarrass Kanye, it strained his relationship with Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Beyoncé was reportedly mortified, and later tried to make amends by inviting Taylor back on stage during her own acceptance speech. Kanye's outburst became a huge media circus, and he faced backlash from fans and fellow artists alike. Jay-Z, who usually stays out of such drama, was probably cringing at the whole spectacle. It was a clear example of Kanye's impulsive nature getting the better of him and causing a rift with his big brother. Fast forward to 2013, and we've got another layer of drama. Jay-Z drops his solo album, Magna Carta Holy Grail, and while it was a commercial success, Kanye was not impressed. During his concerts and interviews, Kanye went on several rants about how he felt Jay-Z's music wasn't pushing boundaries anymore. At one point, Kanye outright said he wasn't really feeling Jay-Z's latest work with Justin Timberlake on Suit and Tie. He vented, "I got love for Hov, but I ain't effing with that suit and tie." Ouch. That's not something you say about your friend's project, especially not in public. Jay-Z didn't publicly respond to these rants, but you can bet he wasn't thrilled about Kanye's comments. This was a period where their creative differences were becoming more apparent. Jay-Z was focusing on business ventures and solidifying his legacy, while Kanye was all about breaking new ground and challenging the status quo. This is where their friendship really hit the skids, thanks to weddings, money disputes, and of course, Kanye's unpredictable behavior. Get ready for some drama. So let's start with the infamous Kim and Kanye wedding in May 2014. You'd think that Jay-Z and Beyonce, being such close friends with Kanye, would be front and center at this massive event, right? Wrong. Jay and B were a no-show, and their absence did not go unnoticed. Rumor has it that Jay-Z turned down the best man position because he didn't want to be a part of the reality TV spectacle that was Kim Kardashian's wedding. Kanye, being Kanye, tried to play it cool in public, saying that he didn't care and that the most important person there was Kim. But let's be real, that's a bunch of BS. Later on, in an interview with Charlemagne the God, Kanye admitted that he was deeply hurt by their absence. He felt abandoned by his big brother and sister-in-law during one of the most important moments of his life. And who can blame him? You'd be pissed off too if your best friends bailed on your wedding. Next up, we have the Tidal drama. Jay-Z launched Tidal in 2015, positioning it as the first artist-owned streaming service. Kanye, ever the loyal friend, at least at that time, threw his weight behind Tidal, releasing his highly anticipated album, The Life of Pablo, exclusively on the platform. This move brought a lot of attention to Tidal and helped boost its numbers significantly. But here's where things get messy. Despite Kanye's massive contribution to Tidal's success, he started claiming that he was owed $3 million in unpaid dues. According to Kanye, Jay-Z's company had stiffed him on payments related to the streaming of The Life of Pablo. This wasn't just a small oversight. It was a huge financial dispute that soured their relationship even further. Kanye eventually left Tidal, and their friendship took another hit. Jay-Z is all about his money, and Kanye felt betrayed that his friend wouldn't settle the debt. Now, let's get to the most controversial part: Kanye's support for Donald Trump. In 2016, Kanye shocked the world by publicly endorsing Trump, even going so far as to sport a red MAGA hat during his appearance on Saturday Night Live. This move was a huge WTF moment for many, including Jay-Z and Beyonce, who were staunch Hillary Clinton supporters and had a close relationship with Barack Obama. Kanye's political stance wasn't just a difference of opinion, it was a full-blown crisis. Jay-Z and Beyonce couldn't wrap their heads around Kanye's support for a president whose policies and rhetoric seemed to go against everything they stood for. This political rift was more than just a disagreement. It was a fundamental clash of values that drove a wedge between them. And then there were Kanye's infamous public outbursts. From his onstage rants during the St. Pablo tour to his bizarre statements about Jay-Z having killers who might come after him, Kanye's erratic behavior made it impossible for Jay-Z to stand by him. These rants weren't just awkward, they were damaging. Jay-Z, who usually keeps his personal life under wraps, was being dragged into Kanye's chaotic world. Jay-Z eventually addressed some of these issues in his 2017 album 444, specifically on the track Kill Jay-Z. He raps about feeling hurt and betrayed by Kanye's actions, despite having supported him in the past. Kanye, of course, fired back in interviews, saying it was wrong for Jay-Z to hold money over his head when Roc Nation was supposed to be looking out for him. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.